Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one, it is time for my week 5 challenges guide. That is right guys, we are officially halfway through season 7. It has been going super fast, so I've got another guide for you showing you guys how to do challenges like the search between a giant rock man, a crowned tomato, and an encircled tree, where the star is for that, as well as on top of that, the secret star location that shows up after you complete all the challenges, as well as just tips, tricks, and secrets for all of the other challenges this week so that you guys can get them done as fast as possible and get closer to unlocking like the stuff for Lynx, Zenith, and also getting closer to the Ice King. But yeah guys, thanks to all of you who have been using my supporter creator code TheLlamaSir in the item shop. I seriously do appreciate it a ton, and if you guys appreciate the guides and want to support me, you can do so by using my creator code in the item shop. But yeah guys, on top of that, be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed today's video, as well as comment what tier or level you guys are at below, because I'm always interested to see how far along you guys are in the challenges. I'm always curious about that. But yeah guys, let's go ahead and jump into it with a quick overview of the challenges in case you guys aren't home to see them. But obviously again, we're going to be covering the secret star, not a banner this week, it's a secret star. But you've also got challenges like eliminate opponents from closer than 5 meters, search 7 chests at Paradise Palms or Wailing Woods, search between a giant rock man, a crowned tomato, and an encircled tree. I'll show you the location of that. You've also got land at location stages, as well as the dance on top of different things stages. That one's pretty interesting. And deal damage to enemy structures a total of 5,000, and suppressed weapon eliminations. So a bunch of interesting challenges guys this week, that's for sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it with the first challenge I want to go over, and that is the search 7 chests at Paradise Palms or Wailing Woods. This one is pretty straightforward, but I've still got a few tips to go over with you guys, like which game mode is the best and which location I would prefer going to. But as for game mode guys, honestly I'd probably do one of the big team modes. I'm not sure what it'll be when you're watching this video, it's been switching around quite a bit, but generally those big team modes, those limited time modes where you're on a huge team, help out a ton, especially if this location is on your side because you don't have to worry about enemies. But on top of that guys, if you're playing with a squad of friends, maybe just land at this location for fun, get a few chests there, may take a couple of games, but should be pretty straightforward. Now personally, I would probably recommend Paradise Palms. I'd assume this one's going to be more busy, but I feel like it does have more chests than Wailing Woods. But on the opposite side of that, Wailing Woods might be more quiet, but I think it has less chests. They're definitely more spread out because they're more among the cabins, in the main bunker area. There's a decent amount there. You know what? It might actually be similar to Paradise Palms, but personally, I just prefer Paradise Palms because the chests are more closer together. But yeah, get 7 chests in that one and you'll have that challenge done. Now, moving on to the next one I want to go over here, and this one is actually the secret star challenge for this week. Last week it was a banner, and this week it is a star. As you guys know, it switches back and forth every single week. At least that's how it's been working, and I would assume that's probably how it's going to go into the future for the rest of the challenges this season. But yeah, next week is probably going to be a banner, but this week is a star, so I believe it gets you a free tier, which is always nice. But yeah guys, first of all, before we get into the location of this secret star, I actually tested it out finally and found out something interesting. You do have to complete the previous week's challenges in order to get this week's star. Well, first of all, as you guys obviously know, you need to complete this week's challenges before the star will show up. We've known about that for a while, that's generally how it's been, but I just recently tested it and can confirm that you do need to complete the previous weeks before it in order for the week 5 star to show up. I believe the way that it actually works is it doesn't matter which week of challenges you complete. Like say you complete the first week and then complete week 4, it'll simply give you the first and second loading screens with their respective, challenges. And then it goes on from there, so you do need to complete this week as well as the previous weeks for this star to show up on the map in order for you to grab it. But yeah, as for the location of it, you guys know that the loading screen has been going around a bunch. It's been circling around on Reddit and Twitter quite a bit, and they generally hide the clue in there. And this week it's fairly straightforward. So the location for this star, at least I'm pretty sure, is in the secret cave. I've shown it to you in a previous video, but it's actually near the southwest portion of the map. So if you go down there and turn around and find this cave right here, the star is inside of here. Now I'm pretty sure it is on top of this wooden building, as you can see. So simply build up to that and the star should show up for you to grab as long as you have the challenges completed. So yeah guys, if for some reason it's not there or Epic Games decides to change it, simply check the pinned comment down below, but I'm pretty sure it should be right here. Keeping it going here with the next one though, this one is pretty straightforward, but I still have a tip or two to give to you guys, and it is the deal damage to enemy structures. Now what is the fastest way to do this? And also that is 5,000 damage to enemy structures. Does have to be an enemy, you can't just build structures, like walls, ramps, stuff like that, and then destroy them and get the challenge done that way. It does have to be enemy structures. So yeah, again, there's a couple of tips I can give to you. Personally, I would recommend doing a big team limited time mode, because as you guys know, especially in Team Rumble or something like that, there's always a bunch of enemy builds somewhere on the map, and since you can respawn, you continue to go to those and destroy them with a bunch of different things in order to get that 5,000 damage done. But on top of that, personally, I would go around in that game mode, first of all, trying to pick up like a ton of dynamite, maybe even the boombox I believe works as well, and just gliding on in towards like where the enemies are and they've built like a big base or something, and just tossing a bunch of stuff in there to get that damage done fairly quickly. Again, that is 5,000 damage, but that's honestly not a ton if you continue to do this, and you can even use your AR from a distance to take out their structures. That'll simply just take a little bit longer. Or you can even go in close with a pickaxe and just go to town on the walls and stuff like that. There's a bunch of different ways to do it, but honestly, it's pretty easy overall. I would just recommend using like, again, dynamite or maybe a boombox to take down as much at once as you can. Now after that then, guys, let's move on to another sort of location challenge, and unfortunately, I'm only aware of the first two as of right now. I wanted to get this video out to you guys as quickly as possible, but they seem to be the dance on top of things stages, and it's basically just landing on top of these things, doing an emote, and that is how you complete the challenge. So it's very easy. The only tough part is actually, you know, knowing where to go for the individual stages, and so far I'm only aware of the first one. I wanted to get this guide out to you guys as quickly as possible, so I only know about the first one, but I'm pretty sure I know where that is. But I'm assuming that the rest are pretty similar to the first one. That's how it always works, and generally they're pretty straightforward. Maybe I'll even update the pinned comment down below if you guys need it, and if it's tough, but I'm assuming they're pretty straightforward. But yeah, let's just jump into it right away with the first one I want to go over, and that is to land on top of a water tower. But the water tower is simply inside of Retail Row. If you go inside of Retail Row and take a look over here, you can see a water tower, so you know whichever game mode you want to do. And also, guys, this example right here is just in Playgrounds to show you where it is, but I'm pretty sure it does not work in Playgrounds. But yeah, you simply glide in, land on top of the water tower, and then use an emote, of course. Don't forget to emote, and that is the first stage done. Now, as for the rest of them, again, they should be pretty similar to the first one, so just go around, dance on top of them if you're able to find them, and I may update the pinned comment down below with where they may be. And then after that, guys, you have suppressed weapon eliminations. This one will probably be a little bit tough. I still think I can give you a couple of tips about it, but honestly, the only reason that this one is tough is because you have to find suppressed weapons. If you happen to get like a suppressed assault rifle, then you'll be set. This one is super easy to do, but most of the time you're probably going to be finding like a suppressed pistol, since those are more common. Both of those should work for this challenge, but if you happen to find a suppressed AR, definitely use that one. Now, as for the game mode, I would recommend, again, do a big team mode. I'm not sure which ones are going to switch in and out, but especially if there's one where you can respawn, then that'll help out a ton. I mean, having respawns in this, you can get your 3 eliminations pretty easily, and you don't really have to worry about losing your suppressed weapon until, you know, the match ends. And that also gives you a bunch of time at the beginning to search around at areas with a ton of loot and find some of these items, especially if you go off to a place that none of your teammates are landing at. Most of the time, you're probably going to be able to find at least like a suppressed pistol. And keeping it going here, guys, with another challenge that is pretty easy. This one is the eliminate opponents from closer than 5 meters. And honestly, you could maybe even do this one with the suppressed weapon challenge. If you want to try and knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, that is the way to go. Probably the suppressed pistol is going to be the better choice for close range, but honestly, I'd probably recommend just getting done with one of them first and then focusing on the other, because the eliminate opponents from closer than 5 meters can honestly be done with like any shotgun. 5 meters isn't really that close, and I feel like most of the eliminations I get are within 5 meters, and I believe 5 meters is between like 1 to 2 walls. Not 100% sure, but basically just get close to opponents when you have a shotgun, and you'll be able to get this one done fairly quickly, especially in like big team modes. If you're able to glide in and sneak up behind somebody, or if you're just playing solo, you can, you know, land at a spot like Retail Row, pick up a shotgun, then go into where you see somebody else, so you're getting into that close quarters. But yeah, guys, if you do those couple of things, you should be able to get it done. But then keeping it going, guys, with one of the challenges that is always the toughest, and I'm happy that they're bringing back this type of challenge, but it is the search between a giant rock man, a crowned tomato, and an encircled tree, which is basically finding a star, and I know the exact location of it. Now, before we get into that one, guys, if you enjoy these guides or find them helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I post these every single week, giving you guys locations of stuff, tips and tricks, and secrets to help you get done with the challenges as fast as possible. And if you're subscribed and have notifications turned on, that is the best way to know about those guides when they go up. But yeah, guys, let's get back into it with the search between challenge. Again, I like how they're sort of going back to these from previous seasons. I kind of miss them a bit, but I love investigating the clues. And don't worry, guys, I've got the location of this one for you. So unlike the secret star challenge where you have to complete all the weekly challenges, obviously this one is just a part of the regular challenges. You just need to go to the location and grab the star, and that's it. The tough part is just knowing where the star is, but let's jump right into that and show you where it is. So yeah, it doesn't matter what game mode, you can can do this and maybe try to go for other challenges as well if you really want to, but honestly, solo, anything like that will do. But basically, the first part of the clue, the giant rock man, is over near Tomato Temple between it and Wailing Woods. As you can see right here, it's a big rock man doing whatever, I'm not exactly sure. And then for the second clue, the crowned tomato, that one's probably the most obvious one. That is the big tomato head on top of Tomato Temple right there. So now that we know where those two are, the next clue either has to be to the left or the right of those two, and it's actually to the right if you're facing the front of the tomato head. The encircled tree is this one over here with the rocks encircling it. So if we triangulate between those where the star is, it is on this patch of grass right on the hill overlooking Tomato Temple. So simply go there, guys, again in whatever game mode, just land there, use your use button to pick it up, and that will be that challenge done. Pretty easy, guys, but these are always a fun one. I love figuring them out. And honestly, I hope they bring these challenges back. I believe we've only had like one or two of these in this season as well. I know we had one where it was search between 3 ski lodges, but I kind of hope they bring back more of these. Anyways, we're getting off track, guys. We have one more challenge to cover, and this is a pretty straightforward one. And this one isn't the toughest one either. It is the land at location stages. We've seen plenty of these before. They're a bit tedious. They're gonna just, you know, take time to get done. And again, that is 5 different stages. I believe you have to do those in different games since it is a stage challenge. But one thing you can do is maybe go for some of the other challenges as well while you're doing this one. Like with the first stage, it's land at Polar Peak. So if you want to simply land there, try and find a suppressed weapon or maybe a shotgun and go for those close range eliminations. Or again, if you find like a suppressed pistol, you can go for those eliminations as well. You can definitely couple this one up with a couple of other challenges to try and save yourself some time, because again, you're going to have to go to 5 different locations. So might as well try and save some time doing so, because you know, there's some fun stuff in the battle pass this time around. So if you can get to those items faster, that's a pretty good thing. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more guides like this with the weekly challenges. And along with that, you can check out some of my previous videos here on the screen, such as on the left, my week 4 challenges guide, and then on the right, going over some update news such as Kevin possibly returning. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.